about 15 people. Could you stand up? Come here. Come here. So leave your drink. It sometimes go nasty, so be careful. How many are here? Come on. Look up. Pretty done. Don't worry. 15 people.
We have a full room there. We need all 50 people to get up and move around. So,
Okay.
or afterwards, we just have to. You'll see us doing some sort of weird exercise here.
Okay, we do that. So I'll do that there. Or can I just finish it? And then
We can also do that.
yeah, in 5 minutes. Okay.
Sounds good. Alright, we'll finish the work.
Yeah. So let's do that now.
Alright, thanks.
We don't have 15.
15 people. Come on.
Everybody sneaks out.
Alright, that's okay. So can you measure time? Alright, well, don't worry about it. So this is their urgent work. So I'd like to have everybody touch it, but no two person can touch it at the same time. Okay. You don't have to drop it. You have to start over. And then we just start with name with A, first name A. Cheetah is probably Cheetah is the first in the alphabet, right? Okay. So okay. Alex, can I start measuring? So everybody have to start with their first name alphabetical order. So everybody touches, please return to the first person, and then we measure time. Okay, I'm ready. Let's start. Be careful. Okay.
But no, you guys. You gotta draw. I'm an M. I'm Y. But you missed J.
There.
E-A.
Urgent, trust that.
Y. Here's the last one. I'm laughing, yeah.
And then start to the first person. How long does it?
Not very far than 1 minute.
Measure again.
58.
58.
That's too slow. Faster.
Way
Again.
too slow.
Don't just light up first.
Yeah, start again.
Okay, we start again. Okay, go.
Then this here.
J.
No, it should be me.
All right.
Okay, how long?
But it's much better. We have at 17 seconds.
17 seconds. I think you can do it in less than 10 seconds. Okay, start again.
Can we just
Light up first.
change the order?
The order, yeah.
Two things are right order. And just see.
Start again.
Okay, go.
All right.
All right.
6 seconds. I think they can go faster than this. Huh?
I should be right. I think it's about the time we get it.
I did this in Bangkok.
Inside
and
is
much
chocolate
faster.
with sake share in the frontiers. So let's get inside. So, alright. Yeah, we move inside.
Maybe because space is very
Yeah. So I talk about Kaizen here. And then first time you did circulating chocolate, it takes more than 1 minute. Again, still take a 30 seconds or more. But at last you have done in 6 seconds. That's more than 10 times improvement. What happened? So it's a good thing, right? You can finish your older work 10 times faster. Which is good. So I'm Kiro Harada. Both here. Hello, Leon. Leon, could you turn down the volume? So I talked the same topic again and again, and then this is my first time giving the same talk. So Kaizen, have you ever heard of it? Are you actually doing it? You're getting harder and harder working. So Kaizen is very important. So how many of you are programmer? Do you write PDP-11 assembly? I think a good programmer needs to write assembly language, right?
When I was in school, yeah.
But okay, you only need an editor, right? Full screen edit is good enough. But actually, do you write any code without IntelliJ? IntelliJ or other IDEs?
Yeah.
So how many of you are still using BI? That's good. But how many of you are still using IntelliJ or other integrated development environment? So we used to do a very traditional way, but our tools keep changing a lot. So we used to hate a very long function name since it's very hard to type in. So we decided to make a function name much shorter. But eventually we find out what does this mean, fucking 5-character function. So we decided to have more. So we are making our process better and better so that we can try to create better software. Sometimes we find it the wrong way of making it better. We are only making a bigger and more complex product that's hard to maintain. That's not a good way. But anyway, we are changing our way to be better all the time. That's why you got a very fast computer in your hand and very useful. Consider that when you're a kid. Can you think your mother or your grandmother use a computer every day? No. The world has changed. So Kaizen is improvement, continuous improvement. So, whoops, going on. So then, Kaizen is usually translated as continuous improvement. What do you mean by continuous? So, are you improving your way of work? Is it getting better? Is the organization getting better? Is the company? What should I say? Use country. I'm going to ask you to make it a little smaller. How about yourself? Are you getting better at working? Too busy. Yeah, all right. So continuous means you have to do it continuously, always, timelessly, endlessly. There's no end of Kaizen. there's no perfect state. But we are always trying to find the perfect processes. But we really, right? So then, one thing I like to share, the Kaizen itself is a team activity as a team. But first thing I like you to understand, there's a false assumption here. So I'll share the slide, don't worry. So, if you fail with something, what do you think? It is often the case my performance was not good enough because we didn't do hard enough.
Not always the case.
Not always the case. But yeah, it's a false assumption here. I didn't achieve enough because I haven't done enough. I have to do more. Yeah, there are so many cases. People believe that way. I know, there are different cases. How do you do it? So, do you know any of you athlete?
No.
Athlete? what kind? Any kind? So, like a runner? Yeah. Yeah, but do you know what the number one cause of the failure of the athlete?
Overtraining.
Doing too much. So that's why every professional athlete has a coach. The coach's number one job is to prevent overtraining, to break him or herself. And also we use external measurement. Are you heart rate? It's a heart rate monitor, actually measuring how much work you do to make the optimal level of training. So, do you have a coach in business? Do you have someone watching you how hard you are doing? Or do you have any device that to measure how hard you're working? So, this is Type Z automatic loom. It's a looming machine created in 1924. It is 92 years old now. So this one is called by Toyota. It's actually the parent company of Toyota Motor Company. But this loom is a kind of special one. Why this loom is special? Yeah. One thing is shuttle here. When you're running out of horizontal thread, yeah, shuttle will be replaced automatically. That's good. But it's not the only one. What others? Yeah, right.
There's no human press though.
It's automatic. It's machine power room. So it's at the power belt here. Fine. So the special piece of this room was it stops if any of the thread is broken. If horizontal thread is broken, it automatically changes the shuttle so it can continue. And if the vertical thread is broken, it stops. And then as the people have come in, fix and restart, it keeps creating good fabric. Before this machine is get in, if the vertical thread is broken, the loom keeps making fabric, which is a defect. So thinking about it, if you're operator of this machine, the operator of the previous machine of this one, you can never take a break. You have to watch the machine working okay. Otherwise, it starts creating cloud. So by having it stopped automatically, you can go to the bathroom. You can go out for smoking, and an operator can handle 60 of them. So stop, if you're not creating good product, it's one of the key here.
Notice you said in operate, it changed it from the definition of the role changed, the job changed.
Yeah, job changed.
The skill changed.
Yeah. So, so it changes the rules of the automatic room. So that company sold their patent to an English company. In company, they got about 50 million US dollars at that time compared to the current value of it. And then they invested to create a new company called Toyota Motor. So that is the reason of the Toyota Motor. So one of my favorite jokes is here that how many of you are programmer? How many of you are writing a new code knowing that the existing code base has some bugs? You keep writing new code, you may be less intelligent than this one. So stop and fix the problem. So since people are using a little bit Kaizen here, so but they are not really continuous, because many cases you try to fix a problem by doing more, by doing new things, by doing other things. You really do more always fix problem. You try to fix problem by applying another process. Yeah, it's a simple thing. You keep adding things to do, you cannot finish. So how to do it? Are you improving? I think you are busy. So actually, so I have to confess my situation, I was not. I tried a lot until, okay, 15 months ago. So I tried a lot. I did a travel, and then I didn't have sleep enough. And it was fun. Actually, I really enjoyed the work. And then I got the result. This is a picture I recovered from what? Yeah, actually, I was in ICU. I was meningitis. Yeah, it's because I didn't sleep enough, my immune system was so low, so I infected. So I lost consciousness. I was lucky. Don't do that. Yeah, good. So then I started improving. I was thinking improving for organization, but I have to improve myself first. So this is what I get. But one thing is that you cannot manage what you cannot measure. Yeah, you can still manage what they, but it's much easier to manage what they can measure. Do you know what is it? It's my sleeping log. Yeah, it logs my sleeping time. I'm checking. I have enough sleep. Did it better. Oops. What happened? So I will talk about how to do a Kaizen in your team. But keep your health is a prerequisite, right? So we do a lot of things, but one thing to remember, it is where the waste comes from. So sometimes, if you're working too hard, you sometimes work very late, or you sometimes short. You make an overburden, too much work. But have you ever compared the quality of your source code when you're writing a very tired time and also in the morning. And then it creates unevenness. Yeah, sometimes it's very easy to review all the code. Sometimes it takes so much time to fix it. So then that unevenness creates waste. So Kaizen thinks the lean programming, lean software development eliminate waste, but you cannot eliminate waste. You cannot control. To control, to minimize waste, you have to first eliminate your overburden. Keep the same pace. So that you have an even flow of your work, and then you can minimize work. Minimize waste. I don't know. This one is. So I will talk about how to improve your team, but to make sure that you are not overworking. Are you measuring your time to work every month? Okay, they're moving out. Shall we moving in? Okay.
Down to another observation.
So let's start. So what's the first thing to improve your team? What is the first thing to do?
Look at your objectives. Always go back to basics, right?
Even more basics. First thing is create Slack.
Create.
Yeah. Slack is the time where you stop doing your ordinary work. You observe what are you doing. So I think sometimes some of you say you are too busy, right? But can you explain how busy you are? I'd like to measure your quantitative number. Are you measuring it? How much overtime do you do? Yeah, you have sometimes to stop working to understand what you're doing. So how much time do you work every day? 8 hours? More? So if you do not know how to do a Slack, keep it into your calendar. It's the first priority. It is Slack time. Don't reserve a meeting for this time. It's mine. And then you cannot tie your shoelace while running. Stop. So Slack is the key. Slow down. So add your calendar. And then the now habit is a book. But you know, sometimes the team are just hardworking, but it's very hard to convince them how to Slack. Then here's a coach's tool. So I usually do a Haagen-Dazs session before the delivery day, make the whole team stop working. And having a break actually making the success rate of the delivery much better. Yeah, sometimes people don't eat ice cream, but it's a very good way to everybody attention and stop working. So the next thing is that talk with the team. Time to dialogue. I think most of you are working as a team, right? But do you remember when for the whole team get together, talking to each other without any specific agenda? Okay, sprint planning or sprint review is not a dialogue. You have to have a stop working on it. And then share whatever you like. So, and having a team dial time periodic. So every 2 weeks or every week or even every day is fine. Having a short time get together. So what happens when your team gets together during Slack time? So then you gradually have a team agree on issues. Yeah, agree on, okay, it's okay to have a purpose or target, goal agreed. But I really recommend to have a team get together or agree on issues. What we don't like during the current situation. So it is very good to have a unity of purpose, agree on objectives, but it's sometimes hard. So I recommend to have, okay, this is what we usually do not want. We have some hassle to do it. We don't want to do it. It's much easier. And write down what kind of thing you really do not like. But one thing one need to be careful. What kind of issue do you have? We need to improve the quality of software. All the managers say that. We need to do Scrum better. We have to use CI, we have to do TDD, we have to do DevOps, we have to BDD whatever. Do these problems work for you to fix the problem? So here's the important one. Here's a diagram for the problem and solution and fact, or should I say observables, where you can measure, and opinion. So, okay, we need to improve our software quality. Is that the problem? We have to do Scrum better. Is that the problem? We have to DDD better. They are all opinions of the solutions. We have an opinion that is a solution. Not working. So, lack of solution is not the problem. So never try to implement solution without understanding your problem. So people are really bad at sharing problems. Yeah, remember, I never had my personal behavior on the working habit to the problem. It was. But if you kind of, okay, we have to improve our software quality. But what makes you think you have to, why your software quality needs to be improved? And then we'd like to know what some kind of facts. What happened to your software? Is your did your software crash between your customers? Very important moment. Yeah, I like to collect the data. How you make the problem you want to solve, solution you have to implement. And then after agreeing the how to measure problem, how you observe the problem, what is the hypothesis, and then what is the idea to solve. So you can easily measure if your solution worked or not. So I like to collect data. And then after that, okay, having a little Slack, you have a sustainable pace of working. First thing is personal skills. Do you know what it is? It's called a skill metrics. using a Toyota factory. Here is the name of the people. Here the process is necessary working there. And the black circle is he has a mastery. The half circle is he is practicing or learning. White one is cannot do it.
Notice no one has full mastery. And then notice number 5, he has the minimal number of mastery. It's further down the progression chain.
Yeah, it's probably
Number 5.
is a newbie, probably.
But it's further down the progression chain. So
Yeah.
if I'm reading that right, that would mean that he's actually got mastery more advanced skills. Because normally you start with basic skills on the left and advanced skills on the right, right?
It's not.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's how it's
So it's a for manufacturing, right? It's not directly related to software development. But what happens if you have to manufacture? If you master everything, you will be relocated to other processes. So the key is that the team members always teach each other. So that's helping each other to build personal skills. And then after having become the master of the whole processes, you will probably be the leader. Eventually you end up the factory manager. So everybody keep learning. But the interesting thing is there's a date written here. This is a target date to master. So this map is updated every 1 month or every 3 months. So here the target here is the current situation. He mastered 5 skills, didn't master 7 skills, 2 are in progress. And then this is the target, this one is 6 months. So it's a team's time, take time to build on it. I think that water is refreshing. Then it's a value stream. It's a sake chocolate. It contains little alcohol. So it's a stream where your input coming from, where your output goes. So you write down the whole process. What are you doing? And then actually, it's not working. So this process matches with this. So this is where you're very good at. This is where you're learning. So we create a map. So once we have a map here, this is the whole process. You can identify where the problems are observed. So since we corrected agreeing on issues depending on the data, we know that where is a good place to start working. So then we do small experiments. So we do experiment. Don't change the process immediately. You don't know the whole process yet. Okay, let's run a small experiment. Okay, let's try to change this a little bit and see what happens. And then you are measuring actually for the problematic data. So by running an experiment, you find it. It worked or it didn't. So if it worked very well, keep doing it. If it didn't work, get back to the original process. And then make sure you get back the original one and try a new one. So then, by doing that, we use visualizing. We make the problem visible. All the things visible. It's a very good book with activity examples here. Here's an improvement plan. Since your software teams are always too much focused on the ordinary work, so improvement plan make your improvement plan visible. So that's how your improvement going on. So, do you know what I do not do the multiple experiments at the same time. You do not know what worked, what didn't. Just do one experiment at the same time. It worked, continue doing it. It didn't, stop using it, try next. Try a different one next time. But after you have a good experience, you have a master one-on-one, you can do a set-based design. So set-based design is the core of lean designing. So you learn the multiple experiments at the same time to explore the whole solution space. Do you know what the picture means? It's in a, okay, yeah, you'll find it. It's a picture of the window of the church. One is Venn diagram. That's into Latin matrix. It's where to create a minimum set of experiments to explore the combination. But don't do that for the first time. Start one by one. If you have a good mastery of it, keep doing it. So then, ECLS is here. Let's make it full. So what is the best Kaizen? You have idea? First one is eliminate. Stop doing something. You draw a value stream. Okay, there's a process. Nobody is using the output. Try eliminating it, and then measure what happened. If nothing happens, it's a waste. Stop doing it. It's a little bit scary, right? And creating a security document. So the one of the doing some experiment. So when actually I did it. So the project have to prepare all the security architecture security document before starting the project. So we create an empty Word file, just a cover sheet. And then because of security concern, we stopped putting on a shared file server. If you need it, contact the team. Here's a contact number. And putting on the shared web server all the project management. And what happened? Nobody contacted us. So if somebody contacted us, okay, we quickly make it. But nobody asked us. Nobody using it. The another version I heard is that, if you read this document, I can buy you beer. There are not so many documents actually read others. The other thing is making work combined together. When creating a value stream, there's a rate of reworking. After reviewing, you make design document again and again. If the rate is too high, why don't you do it together? Create a document together. Let's make the latency much shorter. It's easy. The third one is rearrange. You have a problem reworking at the later stage. It's a total waste of it. Why don't you do the reworking process in front? So that makes the flow much smoother. Do they have an example? Have you ever tried ATTD? Yeah, ATTD, that's right? We do acceptance testing. All the time customers complain you have to rework. Why do we agree the acceptance testing first? So that makes the whole process smoother. Then the last part of the improvement is simplify. So many programmers know that bugs happen in a conditionals, right? We are bad at it. why don't you just do everything? It makes much easier. So this is an improvement that make it easier. And then this is another part. So if you have a problem with your product, how long do you use analyzing it? You have a bag. Do you actually have time to analyze it? You try to fix it before analyzing it. Then you have the problem analyzed and identified. You can find a process to find the problem early. Do you know this diagram? What are they? Yeah. So, in the old time, when driving a car, your brake pad torn out. If the brake pad is gone, you cannot stop the car. What happens? You crash. So yeah, I think many people died out of it. So then, you have to replace the brake pad every time before it's torn out. But it's very hard. Your behavior of how the brake are different. So then, the industry created a brake indicator that have a small meter into the brake pad. And then it touches the brake disc first. So it makes annoying noise. So if your brake starts making a bad noise before actually it worn out. Since your car is making very annoying noise, you will bring the car to the repairer. So that makes find the problem early. Have you ever running out of the disk in a production server? We can create a similar mechanism in your application. And then, after finding that, build towards the end. So fix the problem before happening. That's a very way to meet it. So as a result, process is always changing gradually. It makes a stable process. Your process is stable. You can keep creating good software at a sustainable pace, but your process keeps changing. It's very hard to describe. It's stable, but it's dynamic. In Scrum, we try to make the team stably unstable. Stable instability is the target we're going at. And then, if you find out the very good practices, good process improvement, document it. I really hate to call it best practices. Best practices never will be best again. It's a past practice. So, okay, instead we like team good approaches or team current good approaches. This is our best way so far. So it may be good for you too. And then if XML is very good, you can update to standards. So this is a very old document, but this document how their process improved. So don't document your process first, since your process changes a lot until you stabilize. So you practice again and again until you get very good enough, start writing it. So that you can use the document learning to mentor your team member, your new member, or other team member. So that you can learn, and then more important, share with other team. So since you have learned very good at making some processes, share with others. So you have a written document here. You can share with others. And at the same time, you can learn from others. So by doing that, it's a continuous improvement. It's a Zen book. So here are all the patterns with sequences. First thing, we need some slot here. I'll share the document. And then, so we have a team dialogue here, value stream here, and then we can agree on issues. We have collect the data. We design how to measure it. We do our improvement cycle or problem fix cycle. We do our designing experiment one by one and set base. And then we create a good practices, processes as a team. And then we document to share with others. And we also make our process dynamic and stable. That is how continuous improvement happens. It is Kaizen. But where these ideas came from? Actually, it is not from Japan. This is a brochure, one-page brochure called TWI. Actually, so TWI document is available as a public domain. It's 1940, 1950. It is developed in the US. But what happened in 1940? Yeah. Some Asian Far East country did some attack for their territory. So they decided to create a military stronger. So they recruited old workers to strengthen their military. And then what happened? They didn't have enough number of experienced factory workers. To make the production keep going on, they created a program, the Wartime Labor, Ministry of Wartime Labor Force. That's created a program called TWI, which is Training Within Industry. That basically means training housewives to be a good factory worker very quickly and very safely. So this is the program, and then it says, to make your work easier and safer. That is the target. So we are recruiting housewives. We have to make the process safer. We have to hurt and make it easier. That improves productivity. Then this one is the job instructions. A third part of the TWI describing how to teach, how to tell people how to do it. About the processes, how to share the process knowledge. This is one part. Then second one is job method. It is Kaizen here. So ECLS, the concept to make your process easier is written here. And then job relation is people's relation to each other at the factory or at working as a team. So what happened to this program after this? So United States canceled the program. Are there any US people? This is what happened. And then another time, what happened?
They went back to work.
Yeah, they get back to work because they didn't have running out of workforce. Then what happened? They started a Cold War. They just restructured the industry in Far East Asia, Korea, Japan, here. So they exported the TWI program to them. So Deming or other quality statics analysis was important. And then the Kaizen is like this.
A lot of the stuff with Kaizen is an extension of stuff from MIT. training with industry.
Yeah. And then the training with the industry, the roots back in the Hawthorne experiment. It's a human relationship theory. Yeah, in the long run, it have the same roots of Scrum. Scrum is Takeuchi and Onaka is a Japanese guy. He is actually the military researcher. He researched the program on the military program and then find out the way what is done. And then it's about human relations. It has the same roots. So, I think it's about a good time. So it's a 1948 definition of health in WHO. So health is a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Are you healthy? I'd like to have you healthy, your team healthy, your organization healthy, your country healthy, and then your product process will be healthy too. So, question is, they have Slack. Yeah, unfortunately it's Saturday. Yeah, hope you can have some slack time, learning time on your working day. Okay, that's end the presentation. Thank you very much. So, any questions? So actually, one of the team that does listen the presentation decided to have a 1 hour Slack as a team per week. Have a coffee time. What I've heard is that the teams agreed to do refactoring.
But is it a team Slack? Everybody sitting together, or is it everybody goes on for 1 hour?
Yeah, so everybody sit together. No fixed agenda.
But the thing is, if they sit together, they tend to talk about work.
Yeah.
So is it considered as slacking or?
Actually, so asking, give them some tea or coffee or snack.
But they'll talk about work. It's not true downtime, right? That's what he's coming from. When you sit together.
Yeah, so it is okay to start about anything else, but if you have a periodical downtime, they start talking about it. But the key is you stop working. Everybody stop working.
You stop the actual functional job.
All right. You stop writing code.
For example, we are saying that work and rest are coming together. But rest doesn't mean the willingness to do something different. So even if they are talking about work, they are not in the objective or the daily objective or the goals.
Yeah.
So it's a part of it's a different work. It's the different activity. So it's that.
So I'm a Scrum trainer. I do a Scrum training and also. But one thing I tell to the team is never try to make the retrospective effective and efficient. It destroys the purpose of the retrospective. Retrospective is meant to be a slack time. Stop working. So the team find themselves what to do. So if you want to make the retrospective very effective, okay, you have to find that one improvement. You have to find out the one action. It becomes part of your routine job. Yeah, to make your routine work, to break the routine, as you Pedro mentioned, we need some slack time to make better. But and also Slack, and then think about how you can make Slack longer. Still delivering the same. ECLS saying, okay, stop working. You have some extra time. You have combining.
You make Slack longer, or is it you find more productive things to do as
Either is fine. So let's share the benefit together. So if you know the recent book of Jeff Sutherland, who created Scrum, the title is "Double the Work, Half the Time." So reduce your work time. Still, you can you can do more. So never try to do more and more. You exhaust it. But okay, try to be easier and safer. Still, you can make your outcome more. So you can. Does that make sense for you? Any questions?